Yeah.
Broadcasting now. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Henshin Gate. I'm Jared.
Ryan here.
Must you record now? I'm Mark. And I'm Kevin.
Yeah, we actually have them here for once. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Henshin Gate. I'm Jared.
Ryan.
Oh my
Mark.
goodness. It's just feedback, Ryan.
No, man, you got to do it again.
Oh, wow. Whatever. We're here for our bi-weekly review of Power Rangers Hyperforce. And we're back in our... We're all separate settings, which means Power Ranger background of Power Rangers s.p.d.
Yes.
Because we last ended the episode in...
Send a link to Kevin's.
Basically, we ended episode 13 off point. Before we start, there were a lot of feels in episode 13. Want to give props to Malika, the Game Master, on her Rita/Mystic Mother impression.
Oh, yeah. I saw that.
I think now, also noted, I think in episode 13 is that Jen Scott is now Admiral Director of Time Force.
Interesting.
Either way.
I'll be back, don't worry.
Ryan's gone. Start off episode 14. I think I'm quoting a hashtag from Jack, Morphomania. Either way. The turbulence from the hyperstream woke Vesper up from her quote-unquote nap.
Yep. Very long beauty nap.
Notepad part 2, because we went through the first notepad already. So part 2 of the notepad. Jen Scott didn't specify on who she sent to save Marv. It just was lucky that Joe got the transmission. He somehow knew where to find him and stuff. And I think everybody in that episode, in episode 14, was wearing glasses. So team glasses.
Yeah. Yay.
Mm-hmm. And now they're doing all they can to find Joe. All the notes are here. I also have the notes on the Wikipedia, which is really, really thorough.
Dang.
Like, crazy thorough. So, shout out to whoever does the official Wikipedia for Power Rangers Hyperforce. Wow. Stuff is insanely thorough. So they're doing all they can to find Joe. They come up with a plan to use Marv's DNA to track Joe since they are siblings.
Mm-hmm.
Alpha 55 managed to make the connection, but the signature is a little weak. And there's like a half-hour lag, like how there's usually a lag when it comes to live streams. Oh, boy.
Mm.
See what's going on over here. Oh, we lost the Ramses. Oh, there it is. There they are.
No, added themselves back in.
Yeah, they got it.
All right. We just had to put it on a bigger screen. That's why we had to change it.
You didn't miss anything. So yeah, Alpha found the connection. It's a half-hour lag. The Hyperforce Rangers they end up in the year 2025, out of the year of s.p.d. But I believe where this story takes place is just a bit before the first episode of s.p.d., which is what we got playing on over here in the background. So they land in the year 2025. Oh, before then, Vesper, she offered to draw blood. Marv's blood. And just to annoy Kevin, before we move on with the story, they make a little comment. So Eddie suggests he use Aunt Pagoda's fur baby Ariel.
I'm done. Yeah, I can hang up right now.
Aw, poor Kevin. They thought of using his fur, but no luck. So The Rangers, they located Joe in New Tech City.
Mm-hmm.
And fortunately for Kevin, hey, Pagoda's fur wasn't found, baby. You got lucky, yeah. Okay, that's all for the Hey Pagoda voice. It's done. Officially done in Hyperforce. I mean, it's done for Hyperforce, but I don't mean it's never going to be done for, well, you, Kevin. So they land in the year 2025. Apparently, in s.p.d. time, cosplay is considered racist.
No.
That actually makes a lot of sense.
How, man? How is cosplay racist?
Well, you're thinking of you're using, you know. Well, it's racist because if you're cosplaying a different race, then you'd probably go for the most obvious character there. And if it's the most obvious character there, then it could be racist if that character is a negative stereotype.
Yeah. Either way. Moving on, they arrive to the apartment of an Adonis Washington, which they are confronted by s.p.d's D, which is led by Detective Lena Song. And I'm not gonna lie, the way I would think of if anyone would betray this person in a live action Power Rangers series, I would think Brenda Song. Because during the time of s.p.d, it was during the Disney era. And in that time, Brenda Song was in like the height of her popularity on Disney, if I'm not mistaken. Who knows? So the team, Hyperforce, they claim to be H Squad and s.p.d to blend in with the time they're in right now, because it's noted later that A Squad is they're off-world on a mission, which I'm guessing leads to what's going on here, and B Squad are still in training. So before, nice little note. I took also notes here that before they went off on their little adventure, Vesper licks Alpha's hand to be like, just in case something happens, you need to clone me, Alpha. Here, have my DNA. And then Chloe got the same idea, but instead of licking Alpha, she licks the wall.
Well,
that's weird.
Yeah, so that's a thing. Moving on. They arrive to the apartment of Adonis Washington because they had to go up to the 5th floor, which Joe was at, but obviously he's not there anymore. They get there, the alarms go off. Blah blah. They tried to scan the room, but it was a fail for Marv, Chloe, and Vesper. Obviously, they're in the apartment of Adonis Washington, but he's a shady dude. He's a real shady dude. And there's a lot more about him we're gonna get to find out later. So, yes, D Squad arrives, led by Detective Song. She's not so like that. So the Rangers, they try to stay incognito, be like, oh, we're H Squad, we're from the planet Cayenne, from their s.p.d division. Makes a lot of sense because s.p.d's located in many planets and whatnot.
I know, it's like a branching Power Rangers, man. Awesome.
Yeah. So
Prove it.
The whole branch is led by a dog and a bird. Pretty sure that's enough proof right there.
For now.
Either way. So they are. They tell that so 3 of the officers, they take Adonis Washington. I call him a smug SOB. They take him into custody, and then they figure out that Joe is located at some abandoned furniture factory.
Mm.
Because in the future, they don't really need furniture because everything's just upgraded, so to say. Moving on. They find out where Joe is, and the furniture factory is actually called Oak's Furniture Factory. A little on the nose there. So they go off to find Joe. When they get there, they see this monster or mutant who's known as Captain Pigs. Arr.
Oh dear. No.
Oh, what? Oh dear, what? Oh dear, what?
Nothing.
That's what I thought. This captain is made of like doors and wood and furniture and stuff like that. And he has like literal pegs for like fingers. And then he has a pet bird, obviously since he's a pirate. His name's Bird. Okay. And we got a viewer. I got comments here from the Saber Blaze Network. What's up, dude? Made what up? I make nothing up, sir. I'm reading straight factual actuals, or how we also say actual factual. Straight fact. So yeah, they run into the mutant monster. They had a brief skirmish. They basically got their butts handed to them a little bit, but they ended up winning.
What did Bird?
Oh, right. The bird attacked Vesper.
What the heck is
Sorry, that was an ad. Yeah, weird ad.
Basically, Vesper has a no violence against bird policy except for this type of time, because obviously the bird is just attacking her. Eddie tried to rush to her aid and whatnot. So Chloe decides to use her special Camelot Arthurian gem to go into her battleizer.
I know, that's pretty interesting, man.
I actually wrote down that too.
Battleizer, Ranger.
Wait, I'm getting way ahead of myself.
Don't worry about it.
Oh, right.
Skip the parts.
I'm skipping all the good parts, right? Like how Jack swashbuckles around against Captain Peg, and he actually got it. No. Captain Peg defended himself successfully. That's after that. That's when she whips out her pink gem and she yells out, "Pink battle power!" And she's attacked. She's gone at Captain Peg's, and it was a successful attack. Eddie, he's in awe of the new form. I'm gonna quote Eddie right now and say, "It's so Chloe-licious." I swear to you, I did not make that up.
I just watched the episode. I'm not sure if I want to remember hearing that, but whatever.
It proves that it's true. I did not say it. Sounds yeah. Saber says it sounds like something out of Sailor Moon. Yes, it does sound like something out of Sailor Moon. So after that, don't want to. I think not a lot really happens. It's just the usual 1-2 punches and whatnot.
And then the usual thing that happens during a monster fight.
Here we go.
Exactly.
she causes the monster to grow, and the Hyperforce Rangers combine their upgraded weapons from the Mystic Mother into the Hyper Vortex cannon, and obviously Vesper joined in on this, even though she's like, "Wait, what? What are you guys talking about? What's going on?" But they
The
filled her
last
in.
I got about this. I was like, "Oh, don't worry about it. Just put your shield on top of it, and you'll be fine."
So they
All combined weapons.
yeah. So
Just start sticking stuff on top.
And this is where the what was it PTA comes in or something. If you want to continue, what happens next?
Eddie comes in next, actually. But before we get way too ahead of ourselves, find their weapons. The bird is destroyed. Peg slashes at them. Marv summons his Lion Zord. And I made a note that Malika's monster voices they're spot on amazing. So kudos to Game Master Malika Lim for her amazing work. So Marv attacks, was successful. Vesper summons the Cerber Zord and she attacks, successful. Chloe attacks with her Hyperion bow, successful. She yells out. She yells out, burrito rage. So then next up, Eddie and Jack, they use teamwork. It is successful. Monsters defeated. Let me make sure my notes coincide with the official wiki notes. Make quick notes,
man.
Yep, we're actually really good at it right now. So Eddie, then he makes quick work by swelling up the monster because the body is made of wood and he's swelling it up with water until it exploded. So monster's defeated. Detective Song is like, she's just like, whoa, you guys are Power Rangers? What kind of Power Rangers are you? Like, they're like H Squad. We're H Squad Rangers. So she takes them over to s.p.d. headquarters to be questioned by Anubis Doggy Kruger. Is questioning B Squad Rangers right here in the background.
There we go. Perfect.
Yeah, right? So that is the first. After that is the first break. Before we do another comment, Megazord power. Yes, Megazord power to a certain extent. Not a lot of Megazord happening today.
Yeah, they didn't actually form the Megazord. They didn't need it. They just needed the Zord, man.
Yeah. So the first break, we're going to talk about the recent news on what's been going on with Power Rangers.
Yep.
We were talking about this before we started filming. Ramses, do you know what's going on with Power Rangers?
Yes. I think. Isn't it that they're stopping their thing?
What do you guys think about the new Power Ranger logo?
I like the logo.
There's a new logo. If there was a way for us to show it, I would do it, but I can't. I saw the new logo. What I thought about it. I like it. I kind of like the current logo a bit more because I'm just more used to that. But if I had to choose a logo, I probably prefer the Zeo logo because I like the gold color to it. But that's just me. Current Power Ranger logo is fine. The new logo is fine too. So I'm okay with it. And then, yeah, as you were just about to mention, Kevin, the whole news, the Power Ranger, the Saban and Bandai are mutually parting ways. They're just mutually parting ways with toy sales. So it's not going to affect what's going on with Toei and Bandai in Japan with their Super Sentai. Super Sentai toys are fine.
I collect some.
Yes, they are. They're much better.
Yeah, they're fine. They're okay. It's just between Bandai and Saban, they're parting ways, and it's going to be now. Now Hasbro has the master toy license for Power Rangers after 2019.
It's official, but I guess it is most likely they'll get it.
It's like what's going on with the Fox Disney deal, but
Mm.
The difference between that and this is that I feel like this is actually going to happen a lot sooner than the whole Disney Fox deal. But I mean,
The
Hasbro
people
makes
like
fine toys, I guess. I haven't really collected anything from Hasbro outside of board games from like for like
Hasbro. Mhm. What is
yeah.
Black by what was
And
Transformers not by Hasbro, is it? I forgot.
Saber says that here Q Ranger will be the new season. Oh right, another thing in the Ranger news that next month mid March is when they're gonna start casting for the new Power Ranger season, which people started to think it's gonna be Q Ranger.
And yes, Q Ranger, that's another point for me.
But another thing I also wanted to mention in the news is that Saban extended its deal with they extended their deal with Nickelodeon up to 2021.
Prize.
So my guess is that they're gonna eventually get to Q Ranger, but Q Ranger is probably gonna be like the last season they do on Nickelodeon unless they renew the deal again. So it's gonna be Zyuohger and Q Ranger, and if it ends up being like that, then we both have to eat the ramen, Ryan.
No, Kevin.
So that's where I think it's going to head, because like
I still think
you think what, Kevin?
I still think it's gonna be Go Busters.
Oh, that would be amazing. And then we both lose, and then we both have to eat.
We're both gonna eat it regardless. So
lucky for you, I could do a little motion video because I have some miniature Go Buster with Kev if he wins.
Either way, extending the deal, I'm okay with it. A lot of fans aren't really okay with it because they don't like how Nickelodeon is running Power Rangers now. But I'm not running these things. I can't really say what happens behind the scenes in these meetings. So the fact that Power Rangers is going to continue, I think that's the only reason why I'm okay with it. The fact that it's going to continue on.
I mean, but there could have been better hands. Maybe the Sci-Fi Channel. I don't know.
Nah.
I'm putting out random names.
But back to the whole Hasbro deal. I feel like if Hasbro produces a Power Rangers movie, it's going to be under Paramount, like the Transformers.
Oh gosh.
That's why I'm kind of like, I like Lionsgate handling Power Rangers.
Mm-hmm.
So if they can keep it like that, keep the deal with Lionsgate, then that's good. But I think like you said, it's not going to really affect what's going on with the TV or the movie stuff. It's just going to affect what the toys do.
Line basically.
It's like as long as the toys are
Ninja Stroking Zord. Sorry.
like honestly, I have high hopes for Hasbro. It's like maybe they'll get the Japanese molds and bring that back.
Oh yeah, that's right. We used to just remove some paint apps to make it cheaper.
Who knows? I think it'll be good. Or maybe they'll continue on with the whole what's it called?
Builder?
Yeah, they'll continue with the build line. I don't care. It's good.
Well,
as long
people
as
are concerned about it's the legacy line though.
Oh yes, the legacy line. That's another thing. I hope that continues as well. But we won't really know, and there's gonna be more Power Rangers news in 9 days from now on the 25th. So on the 25th, we'll know about some more Power Ranger news. So look forward to that, and we'll definitely be posting it on our social medias when it's revealed.
Mm-hmm.
So far, all things good, considering Power Rangers is going to continue. New logo, new toy deal. So far, so good.
Cheers, man. Make it good.
As long as we get Zyuohger, as long as we get Zyuohger. I don't care. Back to the episode at hand. Hyperforce, Twitch, doing good stuff. I want to note that Zach of HyperRPG is the one now doing Commander Cougar. So he's back at s.p.d. Anubis Doggy Kruger is debriefing the Rangers. He's a little sus about them. He's like, okay, you guys are from H Squad. I've never heard of this H Squad.
Secretive. and stuff.
He believes them enough to tag along and look for their undercover s.p.d. officer.
Just so he could get rid of them faster.
Yeah. And because I know Vesper, she was just she tried her best, but wasn't good enough for hiding the doggy racism.
No, she did. Well, not racist. More like they couldn't stop the dog puns.
Right. And she's like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm a dog, you're a dog, Cerberus dog. Like, come on, dog.
They
God.
just couldn't handle themselves.
Can't handle themselves. I also made a note that Adonis Washington, the smug SOB I mentioned earlier, is marrying into the Banks family, which is Eddie's family line.
Oh my gosh. It's a running gag now.
Like, Eddie can't get away from his ancestors.
Exactly.
Yes.
It's like if we went to time traveled and, saw our
Okay.
every time. I wouldn't be cool with that.
Specifically.
I can't be doing that. So they go off with Detective Song to this meet up with. It's ran by a Napoleon wrench. When Kruger says, he first says Napoleon, they're thinking like Napoleon Bonaparte. What?
I know, right? Apparently, it's illegal to name your pig of the Napoleon in France.
I would go to France with a child named Napoleon just to make.
Either way. With Detective Song's surveillance equipment, they go undercover.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's a seedy little place for misfit teens, like
Skateboarders.
Can't even remember. Basically, when she was describing the place, it made me think of our college hangout area where we would go play video games upstairs, but we had to.
Yeah, but man, this was like an abandoned warehouse, man. Where like stereotypical.
You're saying you don't
movie,
hang out?
Yeah, Ryan. Is there something you're not telling us? You hanging out in seedy, areas? Should we worry?
Don't worry about it.
Say so. Oh, all right. So while there, they decide to use some faux. How do I say this? Some faux slang talk, like Alpha, like how Alpha 6 had faux jive talk. They use faux slang talk. It's like, yo, what's up, my man? Home skillet slice. It's like,
so how I talk when I'm hanging out with you.
It hurt so much. It was more cringier than how you do it, Kevin.
I need to up my game.
It was so cringy. And then Malika's her faux slang talk was hilarious.
Oh dear God.
I was just like laughing but cringing. I was like, oh my God, why? Just them talking like that will make me look at them like, nah, you're mad sus. I'm sorry, my guy. You can't be hanging here then. Get out of here. But it worked. It worked for them. They got in. Especially for Eddie, because he was mistaken for his ancestor from 2025,
Yeah.
Johnny Banks. So they're like, oh, yo, J-Dog, what's up, man? And then Eddie and Vesper, they're off on their own clique. And then Marv, Jack, and Chloe were doing their own thing. So Eddie and Vesper are like, oh, we're going to be over here. We're going to act like we some gangster couples. Like, yeah! So they're slang flirting, in a sense, which hurt so much, but it was so funny.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, Napoleon eventually calls the meeting of the Misfit Teens and reveals their plans. It's going to come to fruition that they have possession of a proton accelerator. That's why they were at Adonis Washington's apartment, because he's a shady dude who had it.
And using it
thanks to Maxwell, who took it, we all know is Joe. He names him as his Napoleon names Maxwell as his personal guard.
Yep, that's what happened.
And then the Rangers, they see what's going on. They see it's Joe, and then that's where they cut off the episode. That's it, done.
And they're like, "Oh man, why you stop there?"
How I feel every week. How I feel every week. My goodness. So this is the first break in between our reviews. So now we're going to talk about Lupinranger versus Patoranger, which is fitting because
Lupin. One
guys,
moment. I need to get my
Rangers here. Well, okay, what team are you guys? What do you guys prefer, the Lupinrangers or the Patoranger?
Lupinrangers.
I like their weapons better. Lupin
Same
Rangers.
weapons.
Yeah. But they have the same
Is that
weapons.
Mark?
No,
Same
no,
gun.
not the blasters. The Lupin sword.
Oh well, we don't know what the Power Rangers got yet because they just morphed and that was at the end of the episode. I liked it from when I saw it raw before it was subtitled, so it was promising. It was a promising episode, and it made me want to watch more. I can't wait to watch it again raw tomorrow, just to be like, what happens? Why they formed together? How did that happen?
I know, like, what the heck is going on? Why is there two Ranger teams?
And like, it was a good episode. It was a good start. It was a good episode. They used the whole POV shot like they used in Q Ranger. So I mean, it worked for what it was. I like the Lupinrangers. I was a little against them at first, but then I saw the episode. I'm like, I like them. I like their swag. I like
You
the
heard
Power
man,
Rangers.
you said that, man.
I like how they're using Black Police Chief like it was 21 Jump Street.
I wasn't sure how to feel.
What?
I never saw it coming.
When I first saw like the posts about the show, I was like, I'm gonna wait till I see how it is. I like it. I'm okay with it. Before we continue, oh yeah, Lupin the Third. Yeah, reading the comments. Yep, that's what I thought when I first heard about Lupinranger.
Oh yes, I like that anime. It's like,
Solid.
I don't even know how to explain that anime.
Just a good anime. I know.
Yes.
And now we got another question from our man Saber saying, "What if Michael Bay made What if he made a Power Rangers movie?" Oh no,
Explosions.
no. It's just the same thing we got here with the Cal explosions. We don't need that now. We don't need that again. We moved past that.
Like, we need like better writing more than effects. Like, the effects are good, but we need better writing.
If they want to use explosions,
fighting, like the first episode was really well choreographed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. But they don't have story.
If they want to take explosions, take those explosions and send them back to WWE so we can have pyros. Other than that, no. I will not let Michael Bay touch Power Rangers. I will. Well, I can't threaten the man, but you get my point. No Michael Bay near Power Rangers. Let him near Ninja Turtles. Even then. Okay, don't let him near Ninja Turtles either. God, Jesus. Michael Bay, go back to making Bad Boys. Make Bad Boys 3 for God's sakes.
Which is happening, actually.
It better be happening. Keep him away from Transformers. Keep him away from Ninja Turtles. Keep him away from Power. Oh, no. So that's what else makes me worry. That he didn't even. I think he produced the Battleship movie, which is a Hasbro movie made by Paramount. That's what made me worry a bit.
Oh yeah, Battleship the movie.
That was just no. Oh dear God, no. That's why it made me worry. But it's like, as long as Hasbro just keeps with toys and movies, and stay with Lionsgate, we're good.
Lionsgate, man, that's amazing.
Leave it Lionsgate. And the Morpher, yes, Lupinranger Power Ranger Morpher. I would want that. I like one side up for the Lupin Rangers and then goes down, flips down for the Power Rangers. It's the same thing, but they use it in different methods.
I know it's the same main Zord to combine, but it just transforms differently for whatever Ranger team.
Yeah, so I like it. It's a promising Sentai.
Breaking Bold, man.
They wanted to bring to America for Power Rangers. I'm on board for that. They better not skip that season.
Oh man, people would riot. I guess if they skip that.
Riot, boy, I will be right in front, leading the charge. So I'm tired of them skipping all the good seasons. Go Busters, Die Ranger, ToQger. Boy, you gotta stop that. But Die Ranger was a different reason.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but either way, we got way off topic. Lupinranger, Patoranger, good series. Can't wait for more.
Next.
Now, episode 15
So
of Power.
like review them.
Actually, before we go back to episode 15, what do we rate Lupinranger, Patoranger?
10.
What?
I rate it 10.
Ryan?
What? It's just the first episode. I mean, yes, it was great,
don't
but
care.
still.
I mean, the way it was,
So far, no, even the last episode that I haven't seen yet, hasn't even been filmed yet. I'm giving it a 10.
Oh my god.
fair enough. 10 here. I was like, it exceeded my expectations. It exceeded my expectations. So yes, I give it a 10 as well. All right, so now we're on episode 15. We got Yoshi back as Joe-Shi.
Yay!
So continuing on, Joe would recognize Vesper, and because she would just be going down the crowd, be like, "Woo! Yeah, Maxwell! Woo!"
God damn it, Vesper.
And it made me laugh more because the way she was holding her arms up like this made me think of an episode of Kamen Rider Build, where the secondary rider, he would get a best match, even though Seto, he couldn't find the best match, even though it was like, how are you doing this? This is not even your driver. This is my driver. He's just like, I can do it. It's more funny in context when you watch the episode. So you guys should really be watching Kamen Rider Build. It's a good show. It's a
It's much more.
damn good show.
But yeah, but having a person to steal your spotlight, man, that's just hilarious.
Yeah, no, like he's just like, So that's what made me think when Vesper was doing that. I'm like, oh, if only they watched Kamen Rider, it'd be more hilarious. But I get it.
Kamuro's adopted America. That I really wish that happened.
Let's not go down that rabbit hole.
Fine, another time.
Another time. All right. So he's going down the crowd. Joe had to keep up his cover as Maxwell, so he dispatched one of the teens with these huge lobster arms named Jackson to deal with her, stating that she's dangerous. I noted that the faux slang is still in effect in this episode. Eddie was mistaken for being Johnny. So I didn't really take much notes because I was just more focused on the episode. So that's kind of my
surprise. That's good.
It was still a good episode, but we're gonna stick with the official notes here. Not wanting to really risk losing the proton accelerator. Joe tells Napoleon that he'll deal with the problem so they don't risk losing it, obviously undercover. He instead chooses to have himself and Joe retreat to another room of the building that they're in while alerting the mutant teens to deal with the threat. Jack, he's trying to create a diversion and lure some of the mutant teens away, saying that there's ice cream over here. I can't really do a Jack voice right now. Yeah, I'm cold. So saying that there's ice cream. It only succeeds in distracting Chloe.
Of course.
Yeah, so he resigns himself pretending to be a mutant using a boot. Hyperforce, man. Hyperforce. It's hilarious. We're gonna get to what makes me think of later, but Chloe decides to, under Marv's advisement, Chloe decides to power streak or ranger streak by taking off Detective Song's trench coat because that's what she was wearing. Because while there, she was all geared up in her battleizer, and everyone else was demorphed.
Down, man.
She was all in her battleizer, but everyone else was demorphed in episode 14. I'm sorry. So the coat got damaged, so now Chloe owes Detective Song a new trench coat.
Whoops.
So
Never let things to run through the
So Vesper ends up using her hologram ability to look like a lizard mutant and distract even more of the mutants into looking for a lost purse or dog. Person Joe convinced Napoleon to let him back in and deal with the problem. So he uses that opportunity to go invisible to tamper with the proton accelerator. You know, because Joe is sneaky.
Sneaky. Yep.
So then Marv goes to help Vesper escape from the mutants, while Eddie goes to Chloe's aid and then destroys an incoming barrel. But unfortunately, it hit Chloe in the process. And I forgot to mention this as well. In the beginning of this game, their health was still low because of their fight they had with Captain Pegs in the last episode.
Oh yeah, he was still a scrapper, man.
So they're still kicking, but they don't have full health. You know, got the GM with all the power. Kevin.
What?
All that power.
Well,
Yeah.
they're not supposed to kill you, but if it happens, it happens.
This is Power Rangers, man.
Yeah.
Can't be having Rangers die all the time, man. Come on.
I mean,
Either way, Eddie and Chloe combine their powers and make a wall of water wash away mutant teams. And then Joe took too long to reply back to Napoleon, so Napoleon goes to check on the proton accelerator and catches Maxwell in the process of tampering with it.
Whoops.
So he starts reprimanding Joe physically. He's beating on him. Bang! Bop, 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 bop. Joe manages to barely talk himself out of the situation as the two retreat from the hideout with the proton accelerator to the barge. He's hanging him by a thread. Then Detective Song takes the Rangers to the barge. No, not barge. I'm thinking something else. She takes them back to s.p.d. headquarters for severely botching the mission.
Ooh, I wouldn't want to come him.
Kruger is not pleased. So they separate the Rangers into different cells and begin interrogating them. He learns from s.p.d.'s main command that there's no H squad.
Of course.
Or SP division. There's no division on the planet Cayenne, so they're screwed. Yeah. And only we had the cell where Jack and Z were in to prove my point, but they
Oh yeah, but
caught that part. You guys are watching. You caught that. You get my point. This is what's going on. So, while being interrogated, they take different tactics in dealing with Kruger and Song. Chloe refuses to commands to power down. She just acts aloof, like, "Hey, yeah, I'm all cool and stuff." Chloe being Chloe.
No more. God dang it. That's the longest I ever seen someone morph.
Right. And then Vesper starts cracking dog jokes, howling in her cell, and morphs, forgetting that s.p.d. was already aware that she could. She's like,
Not surprised.
It's not surprising, but this is still fun. Eddie's unable to take the pressure. He starts freaking out, like, "All right, I'll talk. Eddie, see, I knew it from the beginning. I knew this proved right here. Eddie's gonna be the first to crack in a situation like this. If we have to go to jail, Eddie's gonna be the first to crack. Which makes me question now.
Yeah, probably.
Out of the three of you, who would be the first to crack?
Not me.
Ramses.
Not me.
I don't know, Jared. You might. You just want to save your own hide.
Nah. I feel like it would. I think it'd probably be Kevin. Probably Kevin. Just to save himself.
I don't know. Kevin could be.
I ain't no snitch. I ain't a snitch.
Mm-hmm.
No, probably like another Vesper man. He's gonna say some stupid shit and then get the beat the crap out of him.
Right. But going onwards, he cracked, spilling his guts within only matter of seconds. Like nothing even happened. He already spilled his Jesus.
Oh my god. Ugh.
Just seeing it in details is just oh my god. So they're unable to really comprehend what's going on just due to how fast Eddie's talking. He's like, okay, we were traveling through time, and this happened, and I almost died, and they almost died, and they almost died, and this almost died. Oh my god! And then we traveled through time. We traveled through hyperstream. Like Eddie's going way fast.
Okay,
So,
that's good. So they can't understand him.
So he tries to confirm Eddie's story with Jack, who will only recite his rank and serial number. You know, Jack being a cop, so he's sticking to his gun.
Yep. Oh man.
And then
how does Marv do?
Luger goes to Marv, who becomes the most confrontational of the five because he ain't gonna say nothing. And that's where the break is. So that's now we're on our third break. Not much to really go about. We talked about the Power Rangers and we talked about Lupinranger about the Power, but also this week was the release of Black Panther.
And the Chinese New Year.
Yeah, that's a joke between us, Ryan, not the world, but yes.
Hey, now they don't know. It's an inside joke, man. They're not gonna get it. Yay, we have an inside joke.
Honestly, I would have preferred if they released the movie sooner, like closer to what's that movie? Marvel's in that movie. Civil War. I would have preferred that.
I think it was a good amount of time because it's also amping up for Infinity War. Black Panther was a solid movie.
No, I get that, but the story of Black Panther should have been closer to Civil War because that's when he first came in.
Yeah, but
I'm excited for it. I want to go watch it, but I feel like it should watch it sooner.
It's a good movie. Highly recommend to watch it.
So you know it's a good movie?
I give it a solid 8 out of 10.
You saw it?
Yes, I saw it last night.
Nice.
It was a good movie.
You saw it without it?
Yes, I saw it without you. Can't do everything with you guys.
Yes, you can.
Whatever. We got comments. Power Rangers, s.p.d. Power Rangers to the rescue. Go, s.p.d. Yep. Onward and forward to the rest of this episode because a lot of stuff goes down.
Let's finish this.
So, back at the barge, continuing onwards. Joe continues to tamper with the proton accelerator while hooking it up to the beacon. Joe attempts to warn one of the more trustful teens, a turtle-legged mutant named Carl. Now I'm just thinking Carl from Jimmy Neutron.
Carl.
Either way. He warns them to leave before it's too late. Napoleon overhears that and attempts to have him eliminated, but so Joe blows his cover and reveals that he's with Time Force. I mean, we're still in S.p.d. time, so I can't really be playing Time Force in an S.p.d. themed episode.
Well, they're both in the future. They can mix things.
That
brings up an amazing question.
We're gonna get to that actually at the end of the episode because it's kind of confusing. But moving onwards, he's revealing himself as Time Force. He couldn't defeat Napoleon and head-on battle, so Joe attempts to destroy the proton accelerator. Instead, it's activated, badly injuring Joe and vaporizing Napoleon.
Oh, shoot.
That happens. Which Ranger series would you have crossover with either DC or Marvel? Okay, so
already crossover?
Well, I mean, we already had a Mighty Morphin we had a Mighty Morphin Justice League crossover, so that's a thing. So I guess I can have the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Spoiler, Batman stole a Zord.
I think I can see the Avengers crossing over with the Mighty Morphin Rangers.
No.
Or
I already have a problem
maybe,
because
maybe the Zeo Rangers. I don't know.
I want Lightspeed.
I was gonna say that they should cross
hero movies,
whatever.
It's a lot of movies.
or maybe Time Force. I see those two series are like easy to cross over with.
Or
Like Speed or Lightspeed. I mean, wow, Time Force or Lightspeed.
Go Busters and the Defenders from Marvel.
Busters, yes, I could see that happening with that too.
Go Busters and the Go Busters and the Defenders cleaning up the streets and whatnot. I can see that happening if that.
There's Heroes from Fire and
What?
Moving on, we're gonna keep going. So the pulse makes s.p.d aware of the beacon has been activated. So the Hyperforce Rangers are released to deal with the problem. Song gave them a one-use healing charge replica, because obviously the Hyperforce Rangers, they have a healing charge to use once per game.
Oh yeah, that's right. Whoopsies. And they all need it.
Yeah, so now they got a replica. So onward and forward. Check my notes. Here, the stolen time ship lands. The leader appeared. The Alliance.
Mm-hmm.
That's just poor timing right there. Poor timing.
For them, not for the Alliance.
Poor timing. Yes. So, the proton accelerator is removed from the beacon. Oh, that's what's happening. They were summoning the Alliance to repair the stolen time ship. So, Scorpina related.
It's all coming together now. Mind blown. Shoes.
The reboot sequence is initiated. A security protocol requiring the Time Force signature. The leader begins to absorb the life force energy of the mutant teens. Jesus Christ. It's dark. Joe interferes, saving the mutant teens trying to flee as the Hyperforce Rangers arrive on the scene with their Zords. Eddie and Chloe, with Chloe's help, Eddie uses SPD's one-use healing charge to heal Joe, making the leader aware of their presence. Jack damages the leader with a barrage of missiles. The leader tosses Joe while taking his morpher, and despite Vesper's efforts to protect the mutant teens, he managed to absorb their life force energy. This reminds me of...
Oh my gosh.
Right?
And I've seen some back in the Hyperforce. They just put up another level.
Right? Oh man.
right.
This makes me think of the last episode of Q Ranger. I watched it with you guys.
Yeah,
remember how
I remember
the Don Armagay was just sucking up everyone's life force. This is exactly what I'm thinking.
And
I knew it was a recent thing I saw.
Oh.
So that's what I'm so kudos to HyperRPG if they watched Q Ranger to get that idea, because that's some dark stuff there, and it's dark stuff here.
Could be coincidence, but yeah, who knows?
Jesus Christ, man! Either way, the leader then returns to the stolen time ship, activating with the stolen morpher, and re-enters the time stream. The Hyperforce Rangers activate their own healing charge technology to revive Carl, but they don't have enough to revive all the other mutants. Contacts the Hyperforce Rangers so that s.p.d can take care of the unconscious mutant teens. And then they go aboard their time ship, and Alpha sets the tracking signal and stolen to Joe's morpher and enters the time stream, chase after them. And that is the end of episode 15.
Woo!
That now. They can't even get it. They can't get ahead of them. They can't get ahead of this.
Nope.
Crazy. What do you rate episode? What do you rate these episodes?
Ooh. I'm not sure if I want to rate that episode 15 an 8 or 9. That was like definitely better than the previous episode.
Yeah.
I like episode 15. I like episode 15 a bit better. I'm gonna give episode 15 a 10. I'm gonna give episode 14 9.5 because I
Kevin,
would give it a perfect 10, but the only reason why I got that high up is because of their faux slang talk, and because I still
in between the main act. So.
I still think that Eddie's character is related to the Bankses from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I still stand by that.
Oh, I didn't realize they had the same last name. For the French Prince, huh? That'd be hilarious if that was confirmed.
I mean, come on, it makes sense. It makes way too much sense to not be true. But whatever. I feel sad. This just made me feel sad right now. Dude, teens are dead. These teens are dead, basically. And Joe lost his morpher. He is powerless. The Rangers felt like they could get somewhere, but it seems like the Alliance is one step ahead of them again.
Yeah, man. I don't know how they keep getting up after all this, man.
Well, they're Power Rangers. They have to.
Yeah, I guess so. Story dictates that. Either way, solid episodes. I can't wait for next week's episode. Yeah. And what I feel from this series, I get a feeling of, we mentioned this many of times, the thing I'm feeling from this is Netflix's Voltron series.
Yes.
So, like,
yeah,
that's why we've already said, yo, HyperRPG should make this Netflix series. I would watch it in a heartbeat.
And if it's on Netflix, I can just mooch off for you and watch it. Woo!
Unviable.
You mooch off other people. You ain't mooching off me. You mooch off other people, all right?
That's true.
What are you talking about?
If Ramses, would you if you had to watch Hyperforce, would you rather it be a Netflix exclusive series, or would you want it to see like on Crunchyroll or something?
No, why would it be on Crunchyroll? That doesn't make sense.
Toei.
Maybe
Crunchyroll doesn't make sense.
Who might make better sense, but yeah. But either like Netflix or Hulu, any of those, as long as it's not Amazon.
For Amazon, they already put it in Amazon.
No. Either way, Hyperforce. I need to see this as like a series. It's a good series. It's a good series, but I want to see this as like a 30-minute, 45-minute series. Game of Thrones-esque type stuff, man. I can't.
It'll be like the first American original series, wouldn't it be?
It already is now, technically. This first full American Power Ranger series, and they're killing it. HyperRPG, I can't praise it. I can't praise them enough. Actually, they're just doing way too much.
Series.
So I'm gonna just applaud them, and we're like, we're 11 episodes away from it being done. Around 10 or less episodes away from it's done. Either
more episodes,
episode 23 or episode 26, or maybe episode 25. Either way, it's almost done.
No.
And I feel like this Power Ranger series can actually survive itself on 20 episodes or less. Unlike the main Power Ranger series, which needs at least 40 episodes to tell a story.
I mean, they have to stretch it out, man.
Yeah, but this series doesn't need This is a good series that doesn't need filler. Power Rangers itself, like as this needs filler. And I can really fix that. Yeah. This needs filler. This needs to stretch out a story. Hyperforce doesn't. Or if they want to make filler,
they would lose filler if they made.
There's nowhere to put the filler. Now that I think about it.
No, they can't afford having fillers, man. They need to keep the action going.
I can see this can actually work its way to being a 20-something episode series. I love it. I can't wait for next week's episode. I can't wait. Honestly, if they make a Hyperforce Silver, that would be awesome.
All right, as a sixth Ranger, that's right, as people have been saying.
People are saying that someone designed a Hyperforce Silver thing, which we were talking about a few episodes ago, and now they have Time Force Silver in the mix. So, yeah, who knows? Hopefully it comes to fruition.
We shall see in the future.
Yeah, the series is too good. So, yes, I think that'll be it. We read some more comments. Yes, this should be a Netflix series. The crossover between Fresh Prince and Power Rangers would be, that would be really good. Making an SAO live action series on Netflix. Oh yeah, that's a thing. I'm not really an SAO watcher, so I can't really say. Have you guys seen Sword Art Online?
Yeah, well, first season mostly.
Yeah, no. After my friends told me about not my thing. They told me about the second season. I heard about the second season. I've seen what they did in the second season. I am not watching the second season.
I would like it better if the first season was longer because it felt pretty rushed. If season 1 was longer, it would have been better.
Probably. I don't know. I didn't watch it all.
It's
but
all right.
Yes. Audience, what do you think of Hyperforce? How do you feel about it? Let us know in the comments or whatever. Go subscribe to HyperRPG YouTube. Go follow them on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Go subscribe to their Twitch channel. They need all the support. And yeah, they're good. They're amazing. Like, it's incredible. And like, while you're at it, go subscribe to our channel, like our video, hit the bell icon, and all that good stuff. Follow us on all our social media. Follow us on Twitch as well. We'll be doing a live stream on Twitch next week of Kamen Rider Climax Fighters, which will be everybody versus Ryan because he hasn't played the game yet.
That sounds bad for me.
Oh, you'll be fine. So that I believe is it. So I'm gonna do the proper sign up. So until then, give this video a like, share amongst your friends, and subscribe to the channel for more content. We will be back with another video soon, actually, of Kingdom Hearts, our review on that.
Ooh, okay.
And
the first game?
No, we reviewed Kingdom Hearts 3, the trailers. So that video is gonna be out this weekend. That video will be out this weekend. Also hit the bell icon to be notified when we go live with this. We put up a video, or when we go live to execute our bet, which we're going to extend upon here, which we all know. Q-Oger, I win. Q-Ranger, Ryan wins. Loser has to eat 2 times spicy hot ramen with a drop of flashbang hot sauce. And then after that has to eat the 1 chip from the 1 chip challenge. And we'll have to be building a Megazord out of the...
No, that'll be afterwards, man. I don't want little hands while building that. It's a special thing, man. I'm a modeler. I have to have a clean condition while building.
All right, fine. We'll come up with a new punishment along with the existing punishment. I don't know. Kevin, what do you think should be added on to this punishment?
Yeah, what do you think besides eating, man? Besides thinking we're insane.
You need to watch the worst episode of both seasons.
What? Watch the what?
Worst episode of either season. Like, whichever season wins, the season that lost, you watch the worst episode from that one.
Crap, that's actually a good idea. All right, well, we'll work on it. Well, we'll work on it. We'll work on the punishment. Either way, until then, we got more stuff coming in the future. We're gonna have a lot of new content we're gonna be working on soon. Just be on the lookout for that. Till then, we'll catch you guys later. Peace.
Good night.
See you.